Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Hidden Tomb of Akarut. I have with me my wonderful and fantastic players. They are awesome and wonderful and fantastic, and we missed last week, as happens sometimes, and we will be missing next week, as happens sometimes, because next week is a thing. Holiday of sorts? Whatever. But a day that I will be spending with my family. Not extended family, because it is not good to travel, and you should not travel either, nor should you be in large gatherings of large groups of people. Maximum 10, yeah, but realistically, 10 is just a number. Start smaller and think about, like, I don't know, who are the people already in your pod? Those are the people that are your family, and you should enjoy them and try to spend some time with them. That sounds like a healthy choice to me. My Thanksgiving is going to have 4 people in it, the same 4 people in my pod. So I recommend that for you. Anyway, here we are. Back to entertain and to play some games and have a good time in the hidden tomb of Akarut. This tomb is quite a thing that we have been exploring. It is massive and evil and cool. Basically, our premise is that a long time ago, someone built a tomb to lock in a bunch of people in it, and ideas, and spells. They tried to banish ideas from the world. How did that work out for them? Well, pretty well, actually. None of that's the sort of thing that doesn't work out super well. Banishing an idea isn't something that typically works, but it did for the premise of this game to work. So, whatever. Take that as you will. That's probably one of the more unrealistic things in this game. And of course, the sands of time have opened up this tomb, and now our players have been asked to to explore it. The players are working for the Order of Bygone Studies for curators, underappreciated relicologists, and archivists, also known as the Order of Obscura, even though that's a misnomer, because if one calls it the Order of Obscura, then one is saying it's the Order of the Order. But that's okay. But they work for Obscura, and they are trying to recover items for cultural well-being. Others are there trying to do other more nefarious things. Not everyone who's working for this tomb or working to uncover this tomb is, shall we say, as generously good-minded as these people. And then on top of it, the tomb itself seems to have an ecosystem of weird people with weird goals and weird things that they want to accomplish within it as well. And so the whole thing becomes a bit of a mess. Bit of a mess. So, here we are. Tis has been rescued from the witch's clutches. And I believe, I actually have no idea. Are you guys back on the surface? I think you guys are on the surface, yes?
We are, and we got our stuff stolen, including Tis again for the second time.
Stuff has been stolen. Well, then what's the plan, guys? Are you getting it back? Are you ignoring it and moving on with your lives? Are you...
Well, it technically not stolen. Samo took my sword back with the with the consent of the party. I'm going to put extra quotational emphasis on that.
And okay, that was an objectively good decision.
Sure. True. So, and then he said you had disappeared somewhere, so I'm not sure if he's turning you into a sword or like what's going on. But like everybody seems to want you today.
I feel like that would be awesome. I should have done that. That would be very cool. Well, let's hand out some cool loot, but also have a conversation and continue that conversation. So, Tis, you have gone with Samo, correct? Yeah. Yeah. So, let's see. You see before you An endless purple void. There's sort of like wisps of smoke of purple and clouds over, I guess, what would be an endless black void. But Samo just sort of pops in, looking like a round halfling, and starts walking around. And you notice that he seems to turn a corner, even though there is no corner. And when he does, he disappears from sight. And then he pops his head back and says, come on, right here. I know you can't see, just come on. And he says, duck! I forgot about that low ceiling there. Sorry, come in. Yes, you're good. You turn the corner and you see there's no room there, but there's all the accoutrements of a room. There's a table, there's art hanging on a wall, there's like also like a decorative sword hanging on a wall, there's a bed, there's a rug on the floor. So it's like everything that a room would have except for walls. And a floor and a ceiling. Yes. And he comes in and he like gestures to the bed and says, sit. Well, they're not in a dimension that you can perceive. You perceive in 3 dimensions? Yeah. So you need to be able to see the 17th dimension. Yes, well, it is. Well, no, I mean, it's not beyond you. You could learn to see that. It would be very weird. I have a friend, she lives in a room, and one of her friends visited her, and they were like shocked because from their perspective, she lives in a closet. But she looked at them and she said, oh, right, I forgot that you can only see in 3 dimensions. What would you hope to see? Well, we can certainly start working on it. Have you ever been inside someone's dreams? It pops up. Comes out. Several sentences. Oh. Well, then you certainly have the potential. It could be learned. It'll take time, but it could be learned. Well, and Samo like reaches up into the air and seems to pull from nowhere the sword that he just took. He said, now where to put this? And he starts looking around. Where should I put this? Where should I put this? No, I've got it. And he walks over and he grabs a vase on the side table, and he just dumps the flowers out in the water, and then just sticks the sword in the vase and like balances it precariously there. No, it's definitely shorter. It's definitely shorter. The fact that the sword hasn't knocked over the vase is kind of a miracle in and of itself. There, don't you think it looks subtle there? Hidden in plain sight. So I'm going to tell you some things since you have demanded information. But I want you to know that it's not my fault if this destroys you. Not physically, just emotionally. Some people can't handle the truth, particularly, I will say, religious people. Well, that won't probably get destroyed. Usually I find the people from Sunera with their animist beliefs, when I tell them this sort of stuff, they're fine. They're fine. But Prions just blow up. And Celestrians sometimes do. Emotionally, not physically. I mean, I did once do that, but that was another thing. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is definitely done. Yes, I don't like talking to them, but yes, I don't like talking to them at all. Well, I have, but I try to avoid them. Mostly when they leave. I have a house near there. They don't. Spies, mostly. Think they're so clever. Think they trick me. Oh, right. Okay. So here's the deal. There's this thing that used to surround the world called the covering. It's gone now. But the whole yes, exactly. You got it. Not that long ago. A couple weeks. Now, here's the thing though. The whole deal with the covering was that it was made to protect the planet. Do you know why it was made to protect the planet? Great. Wow, I've got to go back a ways. Okay. Long time ago, from your perspective, not that long from mine, but a long time ago from sure. Mm, that no. Yes. Oh my god, it's your fault? You like this you see this big smile come across his face and he like waddles over to you and he like reaches up and pats your like jaw and says, "That's a really good origin story. You should. Should. No, it's good. It's good. You've unleashed a great evil upon the plane." Okay, so here's the long story short. Long story short. Long time ago, there were a group of people, then they had a problem. The problem was this god. Okay? She was a god of chaos and destruction. And she was manifesting physically on the plane. And they tried to change the rules of the plane so that she could be killed because otherwise she was immortal. Um, mhm. They, yes, a group of them. Not well, one of them was non-conforming gender-wise, but a group of them. There were five. Five great heroes, I guess you would call them, sort of. A party, sure. If fun was had, then we can call it a party, I guess. Anyway, they found something that they shouldn't have found, and they used it in a way that they should not have used it. And what they did, and this is an important aspect, what they thought they were doing and what they did was not exactly aligned. But in essence, the result of what they did is they made it so that all gods are mortal. Yes. Well, they wanted to kill the Queen of Chaos, and also they had a weird relationship with the goddess of Mortar. Kind of a weird friendship rivalry relationship with the goddess of murder. Nonetheless, yes, they wanted to kill gods, basically, or specifically one of them, maybe two of them. And so to do that, they had to, make all gods mortal. You can't rewrite the laws of the universe without rewriting all the laws of the universe. You can not write. You can't say all tisses are cool. You have to say all lizard folk are cool, or whatever. Which clearly someone did, by the way, because you're cool. So the upshot is that they made all gods mortal, whether they intended to or not. And this kicked off some pretty traumatic stuff, namely the hunting of the gods. Because it turns out that when gods are mortal, people think, ooh, I could kill that. And then they try and do that. There are a lot of reasons to do it, power being sort of the most common one. But yeah, they did a lot of this killing of gods thing for a while. Not them, other them, people, parties, groups, whatever. But the gods of this planet weren't super well keen on protecting it anymore, because they were more keen on protecting themselves. And so they started hiding. They started fleeing. Those that weren't already hunted and killed. And the Kava took it upon itself to build this thing. They sort of took it upon themselves. Actually, they were divinely inspired by someone very smart to do this thing. They took the credit, and that's totally what they should have done. But yes. No. Well, kind of. No is the correct answer, I think. Anyway, ultimately, no. Yeah. Anyway, so most of the gods that you believe in are dead. You're not acting as shocked as I was thinking you would be. What's the god you worship? Yemis is dead. Yemis was cool. They existed for a while. They had worshippers. They helped their worshippers. They guided their worshippers. They supported their worshippers. Then some of their worshippers of Yemis said, ooh, you know what we could do? We could just kill our god and take his power. And they killed Yemis, but didn't take his power because Yemis was cagey and protected. Oh, so here's the thing, and this is the real secret that no one wants you to know. This is the absolute secret that no one wants you to know. There are a lot of different parts to being a god. A lot of them. powers, roles, responsibilities, aspects, things that one can do that one could not do if one was not a god, all these sorts of things. Okay? Um, no. The planets will work. No, I'm referring to well, okay. The most basic and easy one to understand, right, is that okay. Have you ever had that experience where two people are talking to you at the same time? And it's hard to understand which one is saying anything? Okay. Now multiply that by like all of the worshippers of Yanis. Mm. Mm. Yes, a sliver of god power. Yeah. She seems very smart. Yes, sliver of god power. Mhm. Yes, she now has aspects of godhood within her. It's not all of godhood, right? It's a piece of godhood. Um, she is not a deity, but nonetheless, yes. So like when thousands of people are talking to you all at once, one of the powers of the gods is to be able to hear all those things at once. Another one is to be able to manifest for all those people at once in some form or another, and to decide whether to manifest in those. So a god is someone who can be in multiple places at the same time. For example, that's one of the godhood abilities. Can I do that? No. Would you like some tea? Yeah, sure. And he reaches up and pulls a cup from nowhere and offers it to you, and pulls another cup from nowhere, and it's steaming. Hello. Oh, that's from 11. I always have water boiling in 11 because it's easy to ignore. So, um, another important aspect of being a god is that you derive your power from your worshippers. The more worshippers you have, the more power in their devotion and their belief, the more powerful your status as god. That makes sense? Right. Exactly. So, if you are not a god, but you want that power, you pretend to be a god. Mm. No. You tell people that you are a god and then convince them to worship you. Like a grift, exactly. But what happens when those people find out that you're not a god? Exactly. And that would decrease your power, right? Yes. So this is the basic problem and or situation and or existence of the world right now. Okay? We've got a whole slew of well, we had this protective barrier, but we have this whole slew of beings who are impersonating gods for power and vying for more power constantly. It really is, and it kind of sucks, and it's only made worse by the falling of the covering. Because there's more of these things that were outside, and now those things can come inside. You are not overblowing that situation. It is really, really bad. Would you like have some of the tea? It'll help. It's soothing. Yeah, it's a small cup. It's gone. It's a rooibos tea. It's like a red tea. It's a little bit cloying on the throat in some ways. It's more earthy. Yeah. Would you like another cup? Oh, do you want something different? I have a mint. Yes, we're having the same cup, and he has a sip of it. He reaches and pulls down a pot from nowhere and pours some water into there, and then puts it back up in nowhere. Yes. So powerful beings are after power. They're after worship. They're after all sorts of things. Now here's the good thing. Okay. Some of these powerful beings that, again, I want to be very important, stress here very importantly, they are not gods. But some of these powerful beings that are not gods but are pretending to be gods have taken on certain behaviors that gods inhabit. And this is a good thing because gods, despite their power, have restrictions. Things that are not gods do not have those same restrictions. Yes. A lot of unintended consequences that this old group led to. Yes. They meant well, they did well, kind of, and then screwed the world. There were a couple other major events that kind of affected things too. Like, have you ever been to the plane of magic? No. No, dreaming is different. Okay. Okay. Well, there used to be a lot of planes, but they've been collapsed. There's now only two. Yes. Yes. And then all the dragons left the world. Do you know that too? No. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Most things that have been gone for 2 to 3,000 years are considered mythic, but no, they were real. Mm. It's certainly unlikely, but possible. The dragons weren't fond of the way the covering works magically. Um, and so when it was at its most porous state, they left the planet. There were other reasons for them to leave too, but most of them left the planet at that point. There were some dragon eggs that have been found over the years, but none of them have hatched. They're treated as objects of religious worship. So how's your brain? Good. But you're alive. I didn't explode your soul. Mm. Mm. So you have a friend who's got an aspect of godhood, you said, right? Okay, so that should tell you already enough right there that not all of these wannabe gods are evil, right? Unless you think your friend is evil. Is your friend evil? Okay, just checking. I don't know. You could have evil friends. So yes, aspect of gods, blah blah blah. Not all of them are evil. Some of them are probably good. Some of them are just caretakers trying to help out a little bit. But literally the most important thing from their perspective is maintaining the illusion that they are gods. They all need this. Whether they're good, neutral, or bad, they need that illusion. They need people to worship them as gods. So anyone who goes around and says, oh, by the way, so-and-so is not a god, like, all of them are going to gang up on that person. I mean, all the worshippers probably too, but also the gods. Right. So you got to be very careful with this information. Does that make sense? Yes. And then on top of that, like, it's annoying because they also actually do have aspects of godhood within them, some of them. And that can create things that are even messier. Well, that's the state of the world right now. That's why I live here. Oh, we're on the world. Sorry, that's unclear. But it's a little bit hidden. No, my home would just be destroyed. I'm not that immortal or powerful or whatever. I mean, I'm powerful, but yeah. I don't have a boat. I would need a boat. No, for the sky. Like an airship. Yes. Who said they have nothing living on them? Hmm. Should I warn you about the moon? Okay, well then don't go to either of the moons. Would you like a little bit more tea? And he pours tea and then like takes your cup from you and says, hold on. And he reaches somewhere totally different and pulls out like a bottle of whiskey, pops the cork, and pours just a little bit just to spike it, and offers it back to you. It's strong. Mm. Yes. So I feel like I should save a twist for later because, like, I'm afraid your mind is a little sour right now, um, and just like needs a little bit of a break. That sounds reasonable. I feel like it might cause you to wet yourself on my bed. You sure? Okay. So here's the deal. You know how, like, those people made the gods mortal? Mhm. Um, one of the consequences of being mortal is that you can do things with your body. And a god who is mortal can die, and a god who is mortal who has died could be, I don't know, raised from the dead. And a god who is mortal, who's used to people worshiping, who believes that they are the be all end all of the world, who thinks that they're the most important thing ever, whose maybe religion has waned a little bit, might, you know, finagle their way into a society and declare themselves to be God Emperor or something like that. Hmm. Sure. Yes. And have you ever heard of the god Kultix? Nope, that's Ostos. Kultix, the god of death, the one who did not want societies to rise whatsoever, who was made mortal across the world unintentionally, and then decided, well, if I'm going to be mortal, I might as well become a leader among the mortals, and made himself a corrupt, vile, and disgusting emperor who then achieved lichdom because he wanted to achieve lichdom, and a huge uprising caused his people to throw him and bury him in a tomb for all eternity, along with several types of magics and several servants of his, and then you let him out.
My sword was dangerous.
Yes. Yes. It's it's okay. It happens. Um, do you know? Have you ever heard the name Marilla? I don't know how keyed into Prian mythology you are. Yeah, Marilla. Yeah, she had a very similar origin story in some ways, and look how well she turned out. Hmm. Mm. Possibly. I'm not that helpful. I mean, I'm doing what I can. I'm giving you a slew of magic items to like help you out, and I am giving you information. Also, apparently, I'm now one of your friend's friends. Celia. No, I'm Celia's friend. Your friend Celia didn't ask for a powerful magical item or information. She asked for friendship. No, I was gonna have her over for tea. Sure. Do you think she prefers wine? Hmm. I feel like tea is what you offer strangers. I feel like if I were her friend, I would know. That's fair. Okay. Yes. So let's see. What do you think your friend wants? Do you think he wants a fishing rod? Yes. Really? It always catches big fish. A magic sword? What about a fork? What about a fork that always finds food? But he'll never be hungry again. What do we need to fight for? Something useful to alchemists in an infinite amount.
Honestly,
Doesn't he have a magical, like, magic blade thing? Mm. Powers of faith. So you're getting good. Mm. Teamwork, friendship, gotta love it. Maybe. Jack, do you want to weigh in here?
um, honestly, I'm fine with something that's like more creative that would
Yeah, that was
allow
sort of
me
my
to
thought
be.
too.
Yeah, like, and I think Marcus actually was very close, although I feel like I might be able to abuse it too much.
Hmm.
Is specifically a bag of elements. Like it sounds like,
Yeah,
but you get the idea, right? Like being
yeah,
able to craft. Yeah,
yeah.
pretty much. Like being able to like have all the materials you would need in order to like craft anything specific, but you'd have to know the formula for it. Would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give you that exactly.
Oh yeah, that's horrifyingly broken in my hands. In other people's hands, perhaps less.
I mean,
so,
yeah, but I could see something along those lines.
Yeah. But I mean, either way, even if you want to like take something good and literally do like a random roll out of just a list of stuff.
No, I think I know what I want to give you.
All right.
You said he's an alchemist, yes? He holds up a finger and turns and walks. And there's a sword hanging on the wall, and he just sticks his hand right through it, and then sort of like fidgets around. He looks like he's grabbing through a cupboard or something like that, and then pulls something out and walks over and hands it to you. He says, "This is for Zirio." Yeah, it's like a rosewood box.
Interesting.
You'll not open it. Yeah. And what about for your other friend, Asma? Oh God, I'm not giving her anything like that. That's evil. Well, I mean, it's not like prophesied to break the world or anything like that, but you know, it is. I don't know. How do you feel about things that suck your blood?
Everybody collectively looks at Celia.
I do not drink it.
Yet.
Is she the one that has the aspect of deity in her? Asma.
Lyra.
Lyra. Sorry. My bad. Samo can see 3 dimensions. Matthew cannot. Lyra. Typically, a weapon that improves with worshippers. Well, there you go. So it'll already be better than level 0. What did you do? You just... Right.
You vaporized a cat. How could you?
Oh, we're good.
Mr. Mittens, no.
All cats are higher dimensions.
I would fully believe that.
Okay. Yeah, hold on one second, actually.
That would be a cool idea for like a mystery campaign. All right. So
Yep.
like everybody's seen like the detective cats trope, but
Mhm.
like a D&D flavored detective cats game where planeswalking is something that you have because you're a cat, right? Like you essentially can like transfer dimensions through small spaces if needed. That would be very interesting.
Okay, let's see what this one is.
I swear, cats go under the couch and they just like can pop up on the opposite side of the room and you'll never see a thing.
And they bring your socks with you.
Aww.
So he walks back, and I'm actually glad you shot that thing because I forgot that this was here and you knocked it over. Here, and he hands you a bow and a quiver. There you go. Yeah. It looks. Let's see. Well, let's look at some art. There's only one arrow in this quiver right now. But let's share some art here. Oh my god. Wow, I have too many windows open. There we go. Add, handout, bam, choose file, recents, screenshot, choose for upload.
Maybe you should just give Lyra the cat.
There we go. It looks like that.
That looks awesome.
And he hands it to you, and he says, that blue arrow is very special, and it'll rematerialize every day. And if she gains more power, she may gain other arrows as well. Yes. But this one is going to be tied to her wintry powers. It'll improve in power if she gains more aspects of godhood, or if she gains more followers. It's pretty good as is, though. You don't have to worry about it too much. And let's see. And he preaches and he pulls something here. This is for Celia. It's a bottle of wine.
Oh.
It gets you drunk. Trust me, at my age, you will learn that that is its own kind of magic. Fine. And he gives you like a stone as well. This is for her too. This is for her too. She needs help. She can call on me. It's an incantation.
Sending stone.
It's an incantation. Okay. I'm going to start teaching you an ability too while we're here. You expressed an interest in learning to see into other dimensions. Partially, but for that you asked for information. This will start to help you. its use may not be immediately obvious. Okay. And he starts walking you through something. It's almost like a guided meditation. It kind of reminds you of the dream spell that Samhain cast on you. And you sort of are going through the motions of doing these things and thinking about these things. And you then are asked to open your eyes. And you see before you Samo. But you see next to him sort of this ghostly image. It's hard to make out all the shapes of it. But he then tells you, can you see it? And you see, like, it almost looks like a constellation of stars that's constantly moving, with tentacles maybe coming in various directions in this weird form, but you can kind of see it. Yeah. Can perfect. Yes, that's a perfect version of that. Don't try and do this more than once per day, but you can use this. It'll exhaust you, but you can use this to see what someone could have been, what they would be had they made a different choice. It'll show the most likely possible other path. If that changes, then that'll change. But yes. You're seeing into other parts of time, but you're not seeing through it. Good. Well, I'm glad you can bend so much. Let's get you home. Yes, back to the tomb where you're staying. He snaps his finger and you disappear. Yep. Exactly where you left. Yep. So guys, where have you been? Like, this literally took an hour. What did you guys do anything during that time? Did you stand there awkwardly and wait around?
I mean, yeah, I'd say I'd be kind of a little bit miffed that somebody stole Tiss again and then stole the weapon that I had to. I was like, that's kind of just like, yeah, okay.
Fair enough. So Tiss returns. Yeah.
Next time you get kidnapped, we're not coming for you. Either that or I'm putting a bell on you or something. Okay, actually, I don't even think we've ever seen what was in the Soulwood box. Could I open that to see?
The one that you just got?
Yeah.
Or yeah? Yeah. It is a Soulwood box.
Yeah.
That cut that quickly.
I that's what I've been like kind of thinking about, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, it is a Soulwood box. And I want you to roll an Arcana check.
Alrighty.
Oh no.
Thankfully, it's a strong suit. Well, okay. Can I tell that it's Soulwood at like a decent glance?
Sure.
Okay. considering that it's Soulwood, could I have like Celia help me with this? Because she is the mage of the party.
Yep.
So if it explodes in my face, I probably would want her help.
It's not gonna explode.
So all right, let's see.
Sam was crazy, not that crazy. Yeah. So you open the box, and inside, you see like compartments and pouches. It's like an ingredient storage case.
Oh, very interesting.
And I think you recognize one of the ingredients immediately. You see small shavings of soulwood inside the soulwood box.
Huh.
But there's like 17 compartments, each with different ingredients in it.
Huh. I am still very interested. Yeah. Like, some of the other compartments, can I identify what's in there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you start digging around in it, and you find all sorts of weird things. You find a weird, like, glowing blue substance. I don't know if you has this group come across a lot of Earth's blood yet, or no? Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. So let's see. With your training as an alchemist, you would be broadly familiar with you would be broadly familiar that there are some ingredients that are very rare and inherently magical. And they sort of have different elements that they focus on or different things that they do, but broadly, all of them increase potency or enable things to be enchanted or any of those sorts of things. And this box is just filled with 17 variants of it, of different forms, including 3 that you have never heard of. Because they don't occur naturally on this world.
Oh shit.
So I'm going to give you some more details on that, but I need a little bit of time to do that. So
okay.
I'll hold on that. I'll hold off on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I cannot believe we sold that. Why did we sell that book?
I'm not even sure if we got it back. I don't think I have it in my inventory.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, nah. Damn.
Why didn't
sell this one? this one's mine alone. And just to spite you all, I'm going to call it the box of evil things that can possibly end the world.
Oh yeah. Just call it World Breaker Part 2.
World Breaker Component Edition.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, we can talk a little bit more about it for moving forward, but still 17 magical things that you could potentially use. They're not limitless, but each of them does have a fair bit of power. There's one for each school of magic, as well each of the 8 schools of magic, as well as that will just like amplify spells of that school dramatically, or amplify abilities of that school, or mimic spells of that school potentially as well, if you need to, right? And there's others as well, but that's the core thing. Yeah.
This is going to be like a game specific thing, I think, just to help, perhaps for just a session. But you said we were close to leveling up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would we level up after this what's it called, session, or would we still probably have another session?
I don't know. How much experience points do you
have? Let's see. Oh, I probably 3, 6, 4, 6, 5.
Hold on, let me check.
Yeah, we're at 43,305.
Yeah, so you're 5,000 experience away.
Okay.
So depends on how much you accomplish this session.
Okay. I was just wondering if
This
I
got
could.
you a lot of experience, well, not why, but that's different than all the experience.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could use one of the components that are in there to make a potion that might level us up as a party, just to
hell
like
yeah.
the cap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
Cool.
Yeah. Do you want to work on that?
Yeah. Specifically, the reason I think would be best is because I could then regain the sword that I was using before, which was a spell that I traded away.
Yeah,
so I'll just...
that makes perfect sense to me. I totally agree.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. This is a cool idea. Why don't you make me an alchemist skills test? Alchemist tools test. Let's say. Yeah. I think it's gonna require you to use one of your 17 ingredients.
Yeah, that's fine. I was
perfect.
planning on that.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. And let's say, let's see what level you're trying to go to. You're trying to get to level. That would make you level 9. Jeez. Wow. You guys are getting powerful. Okay. So it's gonna be an alchemist tools check. The DC is gonna be mine is 17. 17. And we'll say it is a I feel like this is an intelligence alchemist tools check.
Okay.
Are you comfortable with that? Does that
seem right? Could I possibly get advantage if we all help with it? Celia I think would help. I would know what I'm doing, but everybody else could help in just like, I guess, potion making ways.
Yeah,
the alchemist
absolutely.
workshop.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you advantage.
Cool. Because I have no faith in this role.
Okay, we'll find out.
Oh, okay. Perhaps I should have had a little bit more faith.
Nice. Good job. Yeah. So we're gonna take our break, and you guys are all gonna level up to level 9. And any experience we gain will be on top of that. Everyone jump to immediately 48,000 experience points.
Well, I figured that would work really well. So
yeah. That was very, very cool use. I approve. And I think with that, we will take our break. Hey, we're back. Sorry, that was a long break. We had to level up and all that good stuff. Okay, let's dive on in. So Tis has returned. Tis gives you some stuff. Lyra, you get this bow. It looks really pretty and cool. It's got a cool arrow in it. And Celia, you get a bottle of wine.
Aw.
Oh,
I am
whoa.
very happy with this.
I just looked it up. Asma, you need to take a look at Tasha's because it has, what's it called? Steady aim. You get advantage.
If you don't move.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
Okay, back to it. Cool. Hey, so what's the plan, guys? What do you guys want to do? You are outside the tomb. You have Tis has had their mind exploded emotionally a little bit, and has returned with powerful magical items. Yeah, what's the intent here, guys? What do you want to do? Is your intent to just turn around and head back into the tomb? Do you have a goal now in the tomb? The last several times you've entered, you'd have very clear goals. We want to rescue Tis. We want to rescue Lyra. We want to rescue. We want to rescue Tis again. Whatever. But we've had very clear and strong goals. What about now? What's the plan now? Or do we want to do some stuff above ground?
Sorry, did Tis tell us everything that happened?
That's an excellent question. Tis.
Okay, so we should probably address that problem first. Maybe think about that just in general, but also we should probably look at how our union is doing as well, and how the organization of that is going. I can't remember who it was that said they were going to help Tis with that, but there was someone.
That's an excellent question, but it was so long ago. Let's see. Is it in anyone's notes?
Lenia?
Lenia. That sounds possible.
Ah,
Lenia. That sounds it.
thank you.
Okay, Lenia it is. You want to go check in with Lenia?
We probably should.
Mm-hmm. No, that's totally fair. That's totally fair. Celia, would you like to go check in with Lenia?
I don't think I know Lenia particularly.
Okay.
I mean, I know who she is by proxy, but I don't think we've ever met.
Okay, fair enough. Does anyone have any non-TIS related stuff that they want to do? I think that's a totally good thing, a good criteria. Lyra or Celia.
Sorry, Lyra, do you need a new rapier, or have you already got one?
Well, I needed one I just haven't used it properly, to be fair.
Oh, okay. But you've got one.
Yeah, I've got one if I need it. But,
cool.
I half want to go to Norway and just like we've gone down there, we haven't found anything yet. But also, I also don't want to go to Norway.
Mm-hmm. I totally understand. Your call whether you want to go to Nalri or not. I can't incentivize you more than the plot incentivizes you.
I'm fine with...
Pardon? No, go
for it. Go ahead.
All I remember is her not giving that much information, but I don't know if she'll know anything else that she could still tell us. I might pop to see her after Zero. What were you saying?
I was just thinking I'm fine with, like, even if it's just for an excuse to go back down into the tomb. So I'm kind of like in a fighting mood. I'm ready to just throw some hands.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I just knowing what we do now about the Lich, is our priority appeasing Nari or helping stop the destruction of the world?
Very good point.
I feel like they're two very different things.
I mean, do we really have a chance against reincarnated god though on our own?
Yeah, I feel
Something?
like that in general is one of those big kind of projects where you have to break it down a little bit more than I need to kill the Lich.
I mean, yeah.
Not sure
like,
where to
do we-
start with that.
I guess we could go around town and see if anyone knows what kind of direction he went in, what kind of path of destruction has he followed.
Well, I think like it was like some sort of mountains. I think the real question, like just above game, is it Matt, do you have stuff set up to like handle us going in a different direction, or are you
Of course.
okay with okay. So
I
yeah, then-
have I make no plans that require you to behave in specific ways.
that's fine. So but yeah, no, we could probably just roll off and to the countryside and go fight some skelly boys.
Cool. So our plan is to pretty much go out straight after him, or at least follow his path and tracks.
Maybe we should go see Bealdor as well, just because we haven't really talked to him in a while, and do we have anything to give him? I don't even know. I don't think so.
The Dreamer's Eye. The Dreamer's Seed.
We have that massive piece of gold.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Huge amount of gold.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap! Yeah,
We should probably give that to him.
yeah.
I'm okay with doing that first.
Oh yeah, didn't a meteor land in the desert somewhere
Yes.
a while ago? I mean, we could go and see that
Ooh.
at some point.
There's so much to do.
True. I think we should load up a cart too with supplies. Like,
If we're going into the desert, then that sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
yeah,
We
like,
could get Grastic to carry it for, like, drag it for us.
oh, poor Grastic.
Aww.
He is very good at carrying things, though.
You know what though? That fork would have been quite
Okay.
interesting for him. We could just give him the fork and he'll have infinite food.
Oh yeah, true. See, I was thinking like when I heard the fork that always finds food, I was like, it depends on what you consider food. So technically, that is a very good weapon that always finds its target. So
That is true, yeah.
Nice.
You just got to be a cannibal.
my diet consists of entirely eyeballs. No enemy walks away from me unblinded.
Nice.
But
If
yeah.
we do want to check in on the guild first, I think we were planning on getting Perius to help as well. So if we don't want to talk directly to Lenia or Lenny, I can't remember what her name was, we could talk to him instead.
Sure.
Okay, I have a question.
Go for it.
Lenia said that she was going to, make a base and start establishing operations or whatever.
Yeah.
Is there any change that we can see?
Yeah.
in
So we'll establish that has happened. It's a new thing, but there's a tent, and the tent says guild. It says something like Adventurers Guild or Explorers Guild. I think it says Adventurers, but then it's been crossed out, and it says Explorers Guild. And yeah, it looks like underneath there's a wooden sign, and on the sign has been painted like a list of services that are offered. Looks like mostly healing services and support services, and then like a looking for group listings as well. And inside is Lenia.
Is it busy? Are people going in and out?
There are definitely people going in and out. I would not call it busy.
Okay. So we're making a difference. That's a good start.
Definitely.
Okay. Can we go to Bealdor?
Sure. So you go to Bealdor, and he's there, and he says, "Welcome back."
Hi. We brought
Hi.
you some stuff.
Good. I like stuff. What did you bring?
Can I dump the gold at his feet?
What is this?
It's part of a statue. It has some markings on the inside that you might be interested in.
And he like reaches and pulls. Whoa. Well, This will take some research. You've given me something that's worth doing. I can do something besides just pitter and putter about the tent. I will work on this. I'll translate this. As the expert that I am, I will do the research.
Yeah, I thought you'd like it.
Do I like it too much? Honestly, this may be the best thing that you have found me so far.
Oh,
Like takes over
that's
the table and casts the light spell and starts like shining it carefully in very specific places, trying to look at old.
Okay, so he's satisfied for now, I suppose.
Oh yeah, super happy.
Can I just start, like, while he's doing that, can I just grab some, like, supplies and stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe, like, bedrolls and things?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, you're supplied. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Done.
So, I'm just going to address the group. Is the plan to go back inside the tomb or to go to the meteorite? Or some other direction?
To the meteorite, but
Meteorite?
okay. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't worry, what's your butt? Jack.
Oh, wait, what? Sorry.
Oh, I thought you said you were saying like meteorite butt and then something else.
Oh yeah. So I want to stack up on supplies. Specifically, what I want is wooden poles, pipes, and rope.
Done. You have it. Congratulations.
Awesome. I'm
What?
stacking the cart with that.
The only thing I can think of you making is stilts, and I don't think you're going to be making stilts.
Oh no.
Not that stilts aren't cool.
It's far worse. See, oh shit, wait, I forgot to mention bendy metal.
Like a soft metal? Or like a spring?
Yeah, like a spring. So.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, do you want an actual spring?
I guess it depends, because like the whole purpose is to make a rope trap that can bury underneath the sand.
Sure.
So,
yeah, so all these supplies coming together will be like 15 gold.
Okay, cool. So and I'll buy 10 of them.
Could I get some thick gloves and some thin wire?
Yes, done. Anything else?
Cool. No, that's all.
5 gold. And that's it.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. So should we head off? I think it's north.
I'm ready. We can always walk alongside the cart.
Yeah.
Whoa! Holy crap! I didn't even know that was a thing.
And what kind of steed do you get? Nice. Yep. That's awesome.
Dude.
Okay. Yeah, so you hook it up to the cart. And you guys hop on the cart?
Yeah, we got a seahorse pulling it on.
Yeah.
I'm still happy to walk alongside it though, depending on the capacity. But wow, damn.
I think you're fine. It's a powerful horse. Beautiful. So just did you say we're staying behind? You're muted. No, it's good.
Awesome.
So you guys are looking for the meteorite? Was that the plan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you guys start making your way north, past the tomb, leaving sort of the confines of this area of the desert. And you start making your way through the desert. There are tracks in front of you.
What kind of tracks? Human tracks?
Yeah, why don't you roll a survival check?
I don't think I'm the type of person to make a survival check. Is anyone good at survival?
Too bad you're making a survival check. You're the one who asked.
Oh,
you got an 18. What are you worried about?
Look at that.
Come on. You're fine.
Rival master.
Halfling.
Ah. The only halfling I can think of is Paris. Is he a halfling?
Yep.
Is Seropia a halfling?
I don't think so, no. I think Soropi's an elf.
Oh, okay.
She's taller than you.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. He is a halfling. These could very well be his tracks. Or another halfling.
Well, Parius works in like a big group, doesn't he? Are there lots of tracks or is it just one?
Just one.
Akarut is a halfling, apparently.
Oh my god.
I was just checking whether he was where he was, but yeah, no. I think he is.
Oh, boy.
Okay, well.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think realistically it's not very likely to be Parius just like wandering in the desert on his own. That doesn't seem very much like him.
The tracks are definitely not wandering. They're going in a straight line and they're heading in the exact same direction that you're heading.
Okay. Follow them.
They continue towards the point where you guys saw the meteorite crash. Seems to be heading in that direction.
I think on our way there, I just want to start sharpening some of these poles into like, I'd say like about the width of the forearm and spikes.
Sounds good. So it's about 6.5 hours. When you see like a dune that has been made recently by something that has crashed.
Okay. We don't really know anything about this meteorite, do we? Aside from that it fell when Akarut escaped.
Yes.
So presumably gonna assume it's linked to that, which means there's a high chance it's magic of some description. So approach it carefully.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah. So you crest the dune and you look down and you see in the center of it something that looks like a how would I describe this? I guess it looks a little bit like a giant shell with like fronds or tentacles sticking out of it.
Oh,
I'm gonna
no.
gesture to Tiss.
It kind of blends into the desert in terms of its color. It's like a sandy color with like reddish hues, and then has like these long tentacles coming out of it. And when I say giant, how big do I mean? It's probably about 40 yards long, or 40 meters, or whatever long, and like 20 meters wide.
So I'm gonna gesture to Tiss and she's like, is this anything like something you've seen before? Can I cast detect magic?
I mean, it's huge, so yes, but we can have your detect magic up. Absolutely. Oh, Lyra?
Oh, I would say the only thing I know that's vaguely associated with the tentacles was that like demo Gordon that Naomi told me about, where it had like multiple heads, claws, and tentacles. But I don't. It might have a connection, but I'm not sure. It was like a different unnamed god that we haven't really heard about much.
Mm.
Like the chaos one or something.
I thought that guy was in the tomb, though.
There's the dark one,
don't
which is
remember.
Doxies.
Yeah.
I think either way, I want to see if I can set up 2 of those traps in the sides of the cart so that way our stuff doesn't get stolen.
Mhm.
So I'm going to modify them so that way it's a stick and a spring and then some spikes. Tis, how tall are you? 6'6"? Okay, so I'm going to set them 4 foot above the ground. So that way you can duck and you don't just get automatically hit by them, hopefully. Yeah, well, the downside is any halflings that get caught on that are going to have a really bad day. So
Thanks, guys. Really feel love.
we'll just call you Apache the Pirate.
Nice.
Should we approach this thing, or what should we do?
We came all this way. We can't not approach.
I mean, fair point. Just be ready to haul ass. So it could be dead, and I could get some like alchemical resources from it. So I'm going to say I want to go and see. If not, just to cut it up.
Can I?
I mean, it's huge. No.
Can I tell if it's got blood?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, you want to like reach out and sense for blood? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, but I don't want to cause any pain
Mhm,
if it is
mhm.
alive.
It is not alive.
Okay, cool. Good start.
Instantly loses interest when there's no blood involved.
Hey, I mean, I'm planning on cutting it up for a ticker, so we're not so different.
It definitely. It looks like it's upside down.
Oh,
Huh.
well, that makes it a lot easier.
And if you want to roll, if someone wants to roll like an investigation or survival check, I'll allow that. Maybe Lyra.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
yeah.
that's Aspa for sure.
Yeah, Lyra's most likely.
Damn, Skippy.
Yeah. So whatever this is, fell and like landed somewhere and then skidded and flipped over. So it's almost like an overturned car,
Okay.
like bigger. And you can
Could
see
it have like?
the bottom of it is like flat and like kind of smooth, and then like there's these tentacles drifting out of it. Could it have what?
Okay. I know Tis said that he doesn't know what the heck this is, but can I ask him if it's possible that it could have come from the sea? I'm thinking tentacles.
Mm-hmm. It looks a little bit like a pill bug. It looks a little bit like a nautiloid.
So I'm now thinking, potentially related to Akarut, who is a god, godlike creatures who are related to the sea, Kraken.
Yeah, not a bad guess. We could cut it open, find out.
Yeah.
I am 110% for that.
I mean,
if it's not alive,
footsteps-
presumably it's dead.
the footsteps lead directly to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the initiative here.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna follow the
Okay.
footsteps.
Yeah, the footsteps seem to have stopped a little bit of ways away and then like circled it once and then headed in towards it. The size of this thing is pretty big. It's kind of like the size of like almost like a sailing ship.
Oh. Okay. I'm okay. I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to go and see, like, just if not a peek.
Mm-hmm. Why would you regret this?
Oh man, who knows?
So many reasons.
As you trudge closer, there is a weird glow that's hard to see because the sunlight is so bright, and it's glowing down into the sand from whatever this thing is.
Okay. Do I notice any differences in my skin?
Nope.
Okay. Can I stick a pinky finger into the glow?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you stick a pinky finger into the glow, and it feels a little warm, like almost like a hot light.
Oh, I don't trust that at all.
Can I focus my detect magic on it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, doesn't seem to be magical. Mm-hmm.
See, I'm worried I'm gonna get like the California label on there. Like that's not gonna be good. Like,
You know what I'm vaguely concerned about?
hmm.
Maybe finding a label on this that says it's made by Hubert Songshaw. Because that seems like something that would happen.
If he's making shit like this, then I think I'm out of the business investing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Does it have to expose flesh that isn't covered in the light?
So it's not flesh, and it doesn't feel like flesh. It feels almost wooden, but it's like a weird wood.
Oh. Oh shit. Oh, that's cool.
What?
I have suspicions, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm actually going to enter into the glow and everything.
Yeah, so you enter in, and it's very clear that you have entered in, like you're walking in on like the ceiling of something. This thing is upside down, right? It is it's upside down. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be in this thing. Whatever this is, it crashed or fell from the sky and landed on its face. And you walk in, and the first thing you see is a creature. I'm quite comfortable calling it a creature. It is gray skinned, and its eyes were once red, and it doesn't seem to have a mouth, and instead has 4 tentacles. And its head is cracked open, and it is dead.
Okay, I was like, wow, what a beautiful, and it's mutilated. Oh, okay.
Alien.
Mhm.
Alien?
See, it's like a pirate alien too, like pirate
It's
ship
probably
type
from the
deal.
moon.
Yeah. Like I was thinking for sure, ghost
Really?
pirates. All right, could I investigate a little bit further to make sure it's dead?
Yeah, roll medicine checks.
Okay, that's a straight 2, but it's a 20 in actuality.
Doesn't have a pulse. It's not breathing. The eyes have a glassy look to them.
Okay.
Alien.
Yeah.
You hear a voice. Pretty sure it's dead. You look up, and Perius is walking along the ceiling towards you.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna.
Which is the floor from your perspective. He's like wiping his hands with a cloth. So, you guys decided to check this out too.
Sorry, have we all entered at this point, or is it just Zero?
If you'd like to have.
Yeah.
You're in. Okay. So you guys decided to check this out too.
Yeah, hi, Parius. I didn't realize you made a habit of wandering on your own.
Oh, I just thought it was interesting. I left my people in charge. They've got enough to do in the tomb, so I figured I'd not take them off any work, and I'd just come check this out myself. I'm quite capable of checking something myself, you know.
Oh, of course, but safety in numbers. I didn't
That is
realize you
true.
also had people that you can trust well enough to leave on your own.
I trust all my people.
Hmm.
It's a poor leader that doesn't trust the people that work for him. I'm not some songshore butthole.
I think that says more about the people you work for than you. It's good that you can trust them.
Yes, well, with the union looking out for them now, he nods to you guys. That's seems more and more like a possibility. We all joined, by the way. Solidarity. He like raises a hand.
Yay. Doing big
Glad to
things.
hear it.
So, any ideas what this thing is?
Did
Alien?
you kill it?
Certainly seems weird. Been looking around. There's a weird glowing blue substance in that room there. I didn't want to touch it. It looked magical, but I was worried that it might be poisonous.
I'm taking some of it for sure. You just said the magic words.
Yeah, so he points to a room,
Okay.
and Zerial starts walking towards it. Zerial, you
Hang
open
on.
and you open the door and you look, and you see like there are crates of this blue glowing substance, looks sticky and thick. But the first thing that happens is you immediately recognize it from your case. You have some of this.
Oh shit.
You have probably about 1 vial's worth. This is like a caseload.
Yeah, okay, we're taking it all.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to collect because it's literally like there's a barrel that it was clearly in that is broken.
Okay.
Yeah. So the barrel has broken into pieces. You can see like part of a label on it, and the barrel is totally busted. But so you'll need like some other way to carry this stuff. But it's a lot of this stuff.
Well, here's a question. Could I test it?
Sure. What do you want to test it for?
Okay.
How do you want to test it?
First thing is toxicity. That's going to be like probably the most immediate thing. And the old taste test. That's not a terrible idea, but considering that it's ultra rare and that it was in the box, it might be super, super like, concentrated. So that concerns me. I'd say instead, let's see, how much I have lich fluid. Okay, I'm going to finagle my way for this. I'm going to say that lich fluid has the properties of something living, considering that it is something brought back to life, and that if I were to use a drop of the lich fluid that I have, then it would react in a way that would be conducive to figuring out if it's hazardous to humans.
Here's the deal I'm going to offer you. I'm going to say that grants you advantage on your alchemist tools check with intelligence. Okay. The higher you roll on this, the more questions I will answer of yours.
Okay.
Sound good?
Let's do it. Oh, that's with a 7 in advantage.
Yeah. So with a 13, I'll answer 2 questions about this substance.
Okay. Is it hazardous to human beings?
It is not meant
Humanoid.
to be. I will to answer that. I will say it is not meant to be ingested. It is certainly. It wouldn't be like a powerful poison or anything like that. But it would be. It might make you a little sick. It is meant to be used by human beings, and touching it won't hurt you.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna put it to like kind of a group vote here, if that's okay. I have one in mind, but if you guys have something better, I'm totally willing to take it. My one that I was thinking about is what happens when you mix it with a weapon. Like any enchantments or poisonous like effects or upgrades to a weapon, or alternatively, whatever you guys have if you have something good.
Just what its primary effect would be. Interesting. What's it intended for?
Yeah, Matt, if that's cool with you, I'll ask that.
Sure. Yeah. It'll answer both those questions simultaneously. Amplification and creation of evocation spells.
Oh,
Cool.
interesting. Let's see. I just want to see something.
So Perius then looks at Celia and Lyra and Tis and says, "He's an eager one, isn't he?"
Always has been.
Yeah.
Can I like lean to Parius and go, no self-control?
Self-control.
You're right.
That's a thing. So you guys saw this too, and we're curious. There's two more of these fellas. He points at the body. That I could find upstairs. Hard to get there. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't find anyone alive. Found this weird slug thing, but sort of came at me, and so I had to slice it in half.
Oh, so it was you.
Not this thing, different, like small slug thing.
Okay. I was very disappointed.
Sure, you want to see? How's your
Is it
jumping?
like the ship's cat?
Might be. I couldn't quite tell. I mean, it certainly was aggressive, and I don't know, it tried to get me or something. So, how's your acrobatics? And he steps onto like a box that has fallen over, and then hops from there onto some sort of platform and grabs grabs the ceiling of the floor above you, right, or the ceiling that is the floor above you, and pulls himself up, and then reaches down with his halfling hand. There's to pull you up, but there's many feet between you guys. He's pretty strong. He's stronger than you even remember.
Sure, I'll have a go.
Mhm.
I have a 4.
Pardon? Yeah.
Wait, did you say a 4?
I mean, if anyone, you can get up here however you want, but I'm offering a hand. He just holds out a hand, but it's just really, he's still short. So
Can you give me a boost?
Oh wait, I still have a grappling hook, and
Mhm.
I'm assuming I refill my rope because of the stuff that I bought. So.
Yeah, you're fine on that. Yeah, so you boost the two of them up. Paris looks around and he gestures and he says, "You can see there." And he points. There's a weird room. It's got a chair built into the ceiling. It seems like to be like a stone chair almost. It's got weird buttons or gems on the armrests of the chair. It's very weird design. You've never seen anything like it. And of course, it's built into the ceiling, which is also relatively uncommon for chairs. Most chairs aren't built into floors or ceilings. They're built elsewhere. And looking around, he points and he says, "You can see that?" And you see that there is a weird, it's gray green thing. It looks almost it almost looks like a slug, except it looks like it's a jellyfish too, a little bit.
Ugh. Is it much smaller than the creatures in the other room?
Yeah. It's
I'm
probably
betting it's the ship's cat.
It's 6 inches.
Totally the ship's cat.
I don't know. It was trying to go for my ear or something.
They pulled an ATF on it.
Well, I feel bad for killing the ship's cat, I guess, if that's what it was. My defense, it was a gray-green slug thing that tried to attack me. So,
hey, no judgment. If it's attacking you, I don't blame you.
Right? I feel like, things that are attacking you are basically just asking for the sweet embrace of death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one way to put it, but yeah, I agree in principle.
Yeah, probably killed worse.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Should we check out the room?
Hmm?
I guess I'm interested in the gems more than anything.
Are they like buttons?
I mean, yeah, they kind of look like buttons and levers.
Can I press them?
Yeah. So you try to, so like they're on the ceiling, so you need a boost. So I think Perius just like lifts you physically and pushes you towards the ceiling. Yeah. They're kind of cool to the touch, like in this desert, which is a little weird. And they definitely like some of them depress. There's a ruby that kind of rolls around. And your detect magic goes off. The chair is magic.
Is it magic I know? Is it a school of magic that's here? Not Mooney.
The closest, it kind of feels like twisted abjuration magic. So it kind of feels like the school of protection, but it feels a little weird. It doesn't feel quite like protection normally.
Can I tell
Also,
whether it's
Perius is
centered
wearing
in?
several magical items, and you would notice that as well.
Okay. Can I tell whether the abjuration-y kind of thing is centered on the chair itself, or whoever would be sitting in the chair, or like the room around it?
Yeah, it's definitely centered in the chair itself. But it seems to connect the chair itself as like a focal point that brings people from, brings something from one thing to another thing. The chair is sort of functioning as that focal point, and that focal point is abjuration magic. So it transfers something to something else.
That's interesting. I'm not sure what to make of that.
It feels, yeah. Why don't you roll an Arcana check, please?
Sure.
Worst comes to worst, we either loot the chair or we can sit in it and try it. Or both.
No,
We'd be sitting on the ceiling, so you'd be sitting upside down.
Fair. Not necessarily impossible, though.
Yeah.
You feel anything, kid?
Yeah. It's got some weird magic. I don't recognize it. It kind of feels like protection, but not at the same time. Not really sure how else to explain it. But there's definitely something centered in on this chair.
Interesting. You're gonna be better than me at this one. All my stuff is divinely based. I just worship God and get my powers, you know?
Yeah. Well, who wants to sit in it?
I mean, if it's magic, don't you seem like you're the logical choice?
You are
Sure,
also the
can
easiest
someone-
to lift up.
Yeah, okay, rub it in.
So he literally, without putting you on the ground, just turns you around bodily, so that your head is like right next to his, and he says, "You're a bit young for me," and winks, and then like lifts you above his head. So you're sort of like almost sitting in the chair. Like obviously you're above the chair, but you're there.
I'm just gonna remark to him, I don't remember you being that strong.
Hey, you know, blessings, age, experience, getting more powerful, God, you know, all those things.
Had a ride. Okay. Does anything happen now I'm sitting in the chair?
You gonna do anything up there? I'm just gonna hold you here forever.
I can already feel the blood rush to my head, so maybe not forever, but give it a second. Can I cast I mean, I don't think it'll work because it's an alien thing, but identify?
Yeah. So you start to cast Identify, but the chair seems to absorb the magical energy as you generate it. And suddenly, lights start coming on.
Oh god, I should really stop sitting in magic chairs.
If we feed pineapple to it, we can get this thing to work.
You guys are sitting on, or like standing on, like it almost feels like there's lights in all of the walls corners. Everything's a little bit smooth, but like where you guys are, there's just lights below you shining up now. The lighting is very weird.
Okay. Can I keep casting, like, I'm gonna cast control flames at it.
Is that a cantrip?
Yeah, to see whether I can like keep giving it energy in a sense.
It absorbs the energy, but nothing happens.
Okay. Sorry. I want to cast control flames to attack it this time.
Perfect. Could you make that a melee attack somehow? Because I could add.
Sure, I've got a dagger
to yours.
To make it magic. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have to make a melee attack, but
yeah, I can use a dagger. I've got a dagger.
So you're swinging a dagger, and what are you doing? Sorry. What are you doing, Zerial?
Hopefully, kind of casting booming blade through her. I guess.
Sure, I'll love that. Why not? Yeah. So the same thing happens. You attack with the dagger. The dagger physically hits the chair, and you hear ding, and booming blade gets cast, but it gets again absorbed into the chair, but it doesn't seem to be doing much.
This is weird.
So what did you cast first that caused it to light up?
School of Magic is Identify.
Divination.
Ah, interesting.
Lyra's got the big brain.
Maybe. What'd you say, Tess? I missed it. It's a level 1 divination, so yes. Cantrip.
Well, we've also tried different schools of magic. Maybe I could try frostbite because that's evocation rather than transmutation.
Sure. I also
I'll
have
try that.
chromatic orb.
Frostbite, that's a cantrip as well, yes? Yeah, nothing. Again, it absorbs it, but nothing happens.
Let's pull out the big.
Yep.
So we can pull out the bigger spells. We're thinking 2nd or 3rd level.
I could use the 1st level with chromatic orb.
I've already done 1st level though with Identify.
Oh, is it a conjuration or?
Identify is a divination.
Okay.
I mean, Identify was the one that started lights coming up, so.
True.
Maybe we just have to use anything that's not a cantrip.
No.
Okay. Let's use Ice Knife. I guess.
Yeah. And again, like you start generating the ice knife, but the ice seems to just disappear from your hands as the spell sinks into the chair, absorbing it. And you suddenly hear like a quiet whir as like systems start buzzing, and then like you feel like a shaking, and then suddenly you hear and you see just a plume of smoke coming from somewhere, and yeah, it's coming from what would be the ceiling to you, but the floor for others in sort of the main room.
Oh my god.
I think
Can someone go check that out?
Yeah, Lyra's gonna go check that out.
Yeah.
So Lyra, head towards it. Oh, why don't you roll an investigation check for me? Yeah, you kind of push away the smoke and peer through it, and you see that there seems to be like a floor panel that has been blown open, and underneath it you see that there are like weird, it almost looks like veins and capillaries and wires all meshed together, but they're cut apart or broken, and like damaged and frayed.
Right. I'm trying to think. Would I have anything that I could use to like solder the wire together or anything in thieves' tools and that the burglar's pack to try and fix?
Sure,
something?
yeah. If you think you can, do you think you would?
I think I could have that. I can imagine that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah. The trick though is how are you going to get to the ceiling? Because the ceiling's like 40 feet above you.
Could I stand on it and use Mage Hand? Like stand on an object and use
Perfect.
Mage Hand
Yeah,
to
of
reach
course.
it?
Mage hand will absolutely work. Yeah. So use Mage hand and go up there and start fiddling with it. Why don't you roll a Thieves' Tools check plus I think plus dexterity.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're just sort of figuring this out, fidgeting it around and things like that. And suddenly, like, this goop just pours out of it suddenly and just lands on the ceiling again beneath you. And it like starts eating away at it a little bit, like acid almost. But your mage hand keeps working and you get something in place, and then the place starts whirring again. More noise. And Celia, you hear a voice that says "Unkachnitma, Unkanchnitma."
Can I use tongues?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know whether that's quite how tongues works, but
I think it's how it works here. So you use tongues, and it says, and the voice suddenly, like, it's repeating this "Unkachnitma, Unkachnitma," and suddenly it changes in your mind, and you hear all systems damaged. All systems damaged.
Yeah, sure.
That's hilarious, because technically this thing is like half machine and half flesh. It is a creature.
that's horrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit. I mean, it's certainly apparent if you're looking over Lyra's shoulder, because like you can see the veins and capillaries on the thing, but in general it's coated with like metal platform and things like that. Like metal, it's like a metal deck plate or whatever. And so it's like, it's not the most obvious of things.
Oh, the outside. Okay. I was judging based on the outside too.
Yeah, well, remember it was buried in the sand.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, can I try and talk back to it? Is it going to talk back to me?
If you want to try, I mean, do you want to try?
Yeah. What do I say? Power on.
Incorrect input.
Input password. Not that I'd know a password.
It doesn't seem to respond. It seems to be waiting. It stops talking.
Okay. Report damaged systems.
Life support damaged. Flight control damaged. Travel control damaged. Containment facilities damaged.
Oh god. Okay, report destination.
Departure from Isaim. Destination Illithid Collective.
Oh god. Okay, does anyone else have an idea of what I should ask this thing?
So two things. You could either bring up the repair instructions, or more pressingly, where the hell the containment area is. Because whatever they're containing, probably not the best of ideas to let it run around.
Okay. Can I bring up a map? Can I ask it for a map?
Yeah, a map made of light appears before you.
Awesome. Is it up my way though? So it's upside down to everyone else?
Well, you're still being held in place by Perius, so it's upside down to everyone else, but correct to you.
Okay. Can I try and find the containment system on there?
Yeah. So it's written in a different language, and tongues doesn't translate written words, but you do see something that looks a little bit like a cage, sort of towards the back of this thing.
Okay. I'm gonna try and direct. I'm gonna try and give instructions from here to there to Tess and Zerial. And Salia does have some experience in navigation, so that shouldn't really be a problem for her.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've got experience with this. I have no doubt. So you tell them how to get there.
Yeah.
And do the two of you head off in that direction? Ha! Do I look tired? My God empowers me. I'm fine. No, you go do your thing.
The zealot. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the two of you follow Celia's instructions, and you get to the back of the ship, and you see that there is a large, like very large cage that clearly at one point was filled. It's a see-through cage. It's made of some sort of substance that's see-through, maybe glass or something like that. But the back of it is cracked open, and then part of the ship is cracked open as well. And there is a tunnel burrowing into the desert.
Oh gosh.
Let's discuss the size of this tunnel for 1 second.
It's gonna be massive.
Yeah. It is about 10 feet in diameter. And it is pretty close to round. And I'll take either of you rolling a nature check, or both of you rolling a nature check, but not advantage.
Oh wait, it's okay. Cool.
It is you know this quite well because you've probably been fishing before. This is exactly what a worm tunnel looks like, except it is blown up in proportion to something that, instead of being itty bitty and small, is 10 feet across.
We do now, boys.
And I think on that point, on that moment, is where we're going to end today's episode, guys.
Cool. So we should probably figure out what type of what was it, evocation? Yes, evocation stuff we have, because I realized when you said that it was something that enhances evocation, it is as good as a weapon poison. So, because booming blade.
Certainly.
Oh, before I forget, before all ends, can I have collected some of that slime or goop, whatever's fallen?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Just
I've got some spare bottles, so you can fill my spare bottles with it.
No problem. No problem. For those of you playing at home and who want to have a name for this thing, it's called Earth's Blood.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. You want the slime that dripped out of the panel? That's different.
Yeah.
I apologize. Sorry. Yes. No. That is just the slime that dripped out of the panel. I apologize. No. The stuff that Jack got is Earth's Blood.
I have 14 bottles. If you want those.
Hell yeah, we are stocking up on this. Bottles are like the best thing.
Bottles are
great.
Yeah. We should buy more bottles.
I love
Honestly,
bottles.
not a bad idea. Although, if we load up the cart with that stuff and they all happen to crash into each other, that's gonna be a bad day.
Oh dear.
Okay. Cool. Well, you guys found a crashed alien vessel. You discovered the secrets of the gods. You teamed up with Perius. You discovered an escaped creature. Okay. You got some magical items. Anyone else have anything that they want to claim experience for? Oh, you crafted a level up potion. I feel like I'm not going to give you experience for crafting a level up potion.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of indie, actually.
I mean, I don't know. Technically, you get experience for that. Okay, fair enough. You get experience for that. I'm grabbing. I'm giving you.
We
That's a
gave that
sauce
stuff
right
to
there.
Bealdor too.
We gave the gold to Bealdor. Thank you.
See, all we have to do is craft a ton of experience potions in order to multiply our experience. So that way we have scaling interest. Then we put them in an experience bank and receive return on experience investments.
Anything else, guys, that you did today?
No?
Awesome. Then we're going to call that 2,497 experience each.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
And now I will continue to wait for Emily or Life.
Wait, what was the number?
2,497.
Oh, so
52497.
5497, yeah,
Yeah, that's not that hard.
the easiest one. Ah, well.
50497. Awesome.
Well, guys, that was a lot of fun. Hey, everyone, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed the show, check out some of our other content. We've got shows on Thursdays and Sundays right now. Check us out. Looks like we'll be back in a couple hours to play The Assassination of Primarch Magically Black Ice. Also, we've got shows on Sundays, The Chosen Few, all that good stuff. And probably our Friday show will be back soon. So come check out some of our other stuff. Follow, and you'll get information about when we go live, and that's super useful too. Take care of yourself, live good and happy lives, and as always, don't forget to call your cat and feed your mom.